Our icon, which is a theme, symbolizes the restructuring, the merger, the creative, strategic planning going on our Byzantine Catholic Eparchy of Parma, was featured on the bags that were given out at our recent family camp. Family camp, unfortunately, had to be cut short because of the storms and tornadoes that made things dangerous. But this icon, as we saw before, has the four elements of renewal: missionary discipleship, authentic worship, sacrificial stewardship, and godly fellowship. Parishes are not closing around the Catholic Church. No, we shouldn't use that term. What's happening is the church is responding to demographic circumstances, major demographic circumstances, major changes. And it is responding in a way to renew, to re-strengthen, to revitalize Catholic communities, in our case, Byzantine Catholic communities. To use the word closing parishes is not really accurate. Yes, we may close or move out of a particular church or building that once was a very proud and now venerable old building, but it's not, in a sense, it's not closing the community. It's relocating, it's revitalizing the community. As painful as that is, and believe me, it is most painful for those who are in charge, responsible, the leaders of the church, bishops, and so on. They don't want to have to do this. But churches and parishes are merging. Things aren't as they were. And why is that? There are three elements that are required for a parish or school or anything of that nature in the church. Sufficient people. Clergy, not only sufficient, but the right kind for renewal, missionary type spirit. And thirdly, finances to keep that effort sustainable. Those three are in very short supply today. Now let's take the first one. We'll be talking about these three things as well as these four elements of renewal, because we're all going through it, especially in America, Eastern churches and the Latin Rite churches as well. The first one, sufficient people. The fact of the matter is, the churches that we once knew in our neighborhoods, the older churches that are now so-called closing, and their schools, were built at a time when we could not build them fast enough, when families had 5, 6, 10, 8, 15 children, and schools were full, parishes were full, many services during a weekend. Well, along came some revolutions, such as the sexual revolution, and within that, yes, I'm going to name the elephant in the room. Sorry, Catholics. Contraception. This idea of small families, double incomes, having more money, fewer children. Many, many Catholics bought the lie. Although the Pope, especially Pope Paul VI and the Church, warned against going down this path, it would be devastating in many, many ways. We physically, numerically, do not have the people walking the earth, the bodies literally walking the earth, to fill these parishes and schools that we once had. And without the people, you don't also have the finances to support it. That's the first thing we're going to look at. We have to be honest. And we get mad at the bishop because he's closing this or that. We disagree with how it's being done and so on. We could talk about that forever. It's a painful, complex thing. But we all have to own up to the fact that the reason this is happening, one of the reasons, we'll get into many more. The first reason, elephant in the room, we just don't have the people anymore. These churches were built, schools were built for the people that we had at the time. We don't have them walking the earth literally because of contraception and abortion and other factors as well, while we do not literally have the people to sustain what we once had. So the church has to be creative. It has to respond, as painful as it is, has to respond strategically with great vision.